Hello. In today's video, I will talk about the Queen of Wands. So, how I understand this card is we are dealing with the suit of Wands, which is represented by the Buddha family Padma. The element is fire, the color is red. Again, this is the court, and so this represents people. The Queen of Wands is dealing with a mature feminine energy, and so she is going to be a woman who has mastered this energy. She has figured out how to use this energy to her advantage, and she knows how to work with it. She's been working with it for a while. This particular card is working with, so the Queen, she's the master of emotion and communication. She is like a master of persuasion, a master of like coercion or manipulation. She kind of has that quality to her. Because she's like highly intuitive, and she is in touch with things beyond the surface. She feels things. She knows when something's up. There's an error in my book, and I do apologize. When I'm talking about the Queen of Wands, I say that she knows when something is going, and that should read, she knows when something's going on. So, like, she's going to know what's going on beyond the surface. She's going to, like, you come into the room and she's going to kind of feel your energy and feel you out. She's going to be the kind of mother who is not going to be fooled by the teenagers. She kind of knows what's going on. Even if they don't tell her what's going on, she's going to know. So she's not going to be easily fooled. She's not going to be the kind of woman that you can really pull one over on, because she's kind of 3 steps ahead of you already. She already sees and knows and feels and senses what's kind of happening. Because she is in touch with what's beyond the surface, she's often, sees and understands like the value of a person, and sees and understands like their goodness and their decency. And so she's going to be like filled with compassion. She's going to, but with that passion, she also has like, this ability to manipulate. I often think of her as seductive. She's going to be the kind of woman, though, who she's seductive, but she knows she's seductive. Like, she knows how to use her energy to her advantage. She's not going to be the kind of woman who seduces and doesn't realize she's seducing, or doesn't understand why, why when I wear this particular outfit are the men flocking around me. She's going to know why they're flocking around her, and she's going to use that to her advantage. Again, because she's a mature woman, she has mastered her ability to seduce, and she is going to, she's going to be the kind of person to work the room, or work the crowd, or, she's that kind of energy. And she isn't going to be, seduced by her own seduction. She's not going to be like thrown off by it. She's not going to be, wondering how did I get into bed with this dude. She's going to know exactly how she got into bed with the guy, because she has been working him since he came in the room. And like, so she's going to be kind of like this master of, like intention and will. So she's going to set an intention, and she's going to figure out how to work the people around her to get what it is that she wants. In her upright position, she is dealing with intuition. She's dealing with emotional mastery. She's dealing with communication. She is going to represent like this master of persuasion. In her reversed position, she is going to represent the induction of intensity, like because she's working with the fire and she's very comfortable with the fire. She plays around with it a lot, and so she likes kind of intense situations, and so she might induce like intense emotional situations or intense spiritual situations. She is going to represent manipulation in her reversed state. She might be a bit possessive in this way that like fire kind of consumes. She's going to kind of consume in her reversed state. This particular card, she is the queen to a black king. And for those who are against miscegenation and those who have a difficult time with this crossing of race, you're probably going to have a problem with my deck, but you're in much of the deck, because I talk about these energies as they relate racially, as much as how they relate, you know, like to the Buddha families or how they relate to the different elements. I'm going to talk about it like from this racial perspective as well. And so she's this white queen with this black king. I think that her energy could have been represented by a black woman as well, but she kept coming to me as this white woman, and so this felt like one of the suits that needed to be represented by these two different races. This mixing of these races, how they manifest in relationship to one another. And so she's the white woman who is able to handle and working with this black man. In my deck anyway. She, in some circles where they talk about black girl magic, there is this like kind of joke about white girl magic, and she's going to be the kind of girl who's got like this white girl magic. She's going to be seductive and know how to like pull whatever guy it is that she's trying to pull into her orbit. She's going to pull him, and she's going to kind of have this feel of like, you know, like the white girl magic kind of woman. In a regular deck of cards, she's going to be the queen of clubs. I'm trying to think of what else to say about her. Again, as she was coming to me, she came to me as like this woman. It felt important that she was a white woman. Even though when I think about this particular energy, I think that it could be represented by a white woman or a black woman or, you know, a Latina woman, or, you know, like there are many different kinds of women who hold this kind of energy, but she felt in my deck like she needed to be represented by a white woman. I think that's all I want to say about her. In my next video, I will talk about the Queen of Swords, and I look forward to sharing that video with you soon.